Hello friends, welcome back to Out of the Vault, the weekly series where I pull some older stuff from the stash and make something. This week we're going to make an art journal page using this Colorado Craft Company stamp set. It's a lovely giraffe, I adore her. And we're going to use Let Your Faith Be Taller Than Your Fears. I think sometimes that's a good reminder when we're having a rough week. I'm going to work on some watercolor paper from the art journal. This piece is 5x7, so it'll be just big enough for her. And we're going to pull out the old Gelatos. Let's get going. All right, let's pick a few gelato colors to play with here. Now, some are older packaging, some are newer packaging. They first came like this, and then they started doing the clear packaging, which I prefer. And they actually started putting the color names on them. Like at the beginning, nope, it's just orange. So I'm going to use this snow blue, or snow cone. It's a blue. And probably gold. And this darker blue, this one's, what's this one called? Boysenberry. And some yellow. Now first, I just want to smear some of this all over. We're just going to kind of make a little background. And a wet brush. We're just going to kind of scrub it around and mix it up. And this is B paper, so it's heavily textured watercolor paper. Let's get a little green. Now this is a pretty stiff paintbrush, which is exactly what I needed for this paper. I'm not going to use a nice fancy watercolor brush to do this because it'll tear it up. Go into our darker blue. Get that all mixing together. Okay, I'm going to go dry this and I'll be back to continue. Okay, so now we're dry, and I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but the gold and this lighter blue are both shimmer colors. And it's very slight and it's very light, but it's just enough. Now, I decided I wanted to add some old book paper. So what I've got here is I have a very, very old hymnal. And I think this is so pretty. So I'm going to tear some of this. We're going to add it about here. And I thought this was appropriate because it's got a prayer and our sentiment is about having faith. Got my cup of dirty water to put this matte medium brush in so I don't contaminate my paint water. And this is just inexpensive Daler Rowney. Probably got this at Tuesday morning, judging from what's left of the sticker. We're just going to put this right over this background here. Let's see if I have it. I need some down here. And that should be enough. Okay, I'm going to go dry this and I'll be back. All right, my book paper's mostly dry. I want to kind of blend this in with the background a little bit. So I'm going to add some gelato over it. Just scribble it on just like the original background. Okay, let's get this blended out. That's going to look a little different on this aged brown paper. That's okay. Just kind of get it to blend in a little bit more. A little blue, darker blue. And again, this is a really rough-haired paintbrush. Okay, once again, I'll go dry this and I will return. My next step is going to be to use this lovely Tim Holtz stencil. And this is the ruler one, which I think is fitting for our image. I'm going to use some Stardust Stencil Butter, so it'll go nicely with the gold gelato. We're just going to put it right through this stencil. All right, let's peel this off. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to let that dry before we can move on. I'm going to go clean my stencil and my palette knife. Don't let this stuff dry on it because, whoo, buddy, I'll see you in a few. Okay, this isn't completely dry, but it is dry enough for me to continue on. So our giraffe, she's going to go on about here. Maybe we'll have her go all the way up. Figure out my placement. She's going to go there. Words are going to go here. Pick her up. I've got a freshly inked, very juicy archival ink pad. There we go. Now I want to color her in a little more intensely. So we're going to use a different shade of yellow and paint her in a little bit. Let's get a little pink. That's not quite pink enough for me either on the ear. Needed more pink. I'm going to take an alcohol marker and go over the word faith and darken it, kind of make it bolder than the rest of it here. And the last thing I want to do is add some gold splatter. Got my little cup of Daniel Smith gold watercolor. Get it nice and juicy. I wanted the words to be the focal point, so I covered them up. Alrighty, friends, here's my finished art journal page for this week. We used, of course, jet black archival ink. Pulled out the old Gelatos. We've got 2 shades of blue, a pink, a gold, and 2 yellows. Daniel Smith gold watercolor paints. And this lovely Colorado Stamp Company stamp set, which I think I have facing the wrong way. Let's turn it around. There we go. So this is from their big and bold line, which is meant to cover the entire card front, and it does. And I didn't use her spots because I thought there was enough going on. I just didn't need them. So we've got a gelato background, some old hymnal paper, gelatoed over it. We stamped her, and I didn't use a Misty. I wanted her to be kind of faded into the background, so just one stamping. Some stencil butter through an older Tim Holtz stencil. And then our sentiment. And our sentiment, let your faith be taller than your fears. I inked faith again with a marker to make it stand out. Splattered some gold watercolor, and voila, we have an art journal page. I hope you like this page. Hope it inspires you to get some older stuff out and use it up. Use it up, use it up. Have a lovely day. Remember, be excellent to each other and go make something. Bye-bye.